This is part 4 of section 3.4. We have a couple of definitions, and then we are going to work just a couple more problems and we are done. So the definition of a tautology is a compound statement that is always true. It's absolutely always true, never ever going to be false. Doesn't matter what truth values our statements are, our statement's going to be true. It's a tautology. A self-contradiction is a compound statement that is always false. So if it's never going to be true, no matter the truth values of our statements, it is a self-contradiction. Now, implication is a special case of a tautology. It is a conditional statement that is a tautology. So a tautology can be a disjunction, a conjunction, a negation, any of those. But an implication has to be a conditional. Okay? Now, these problems here, they want us to use a truth table and then decide whether we have a tautology, a self-contradiction, or neither. So after I do my truth table, if I end up with all truths, it is a tautology. If I end up with all falses, it's a self-contradiction. And if I get a mixture, it's going to be neither. Okay, so let's get started. Looking here at all the different pieces I need, these are all simple with no negations in them. So I'm going to start off with here. If P, then Q. So if true, then true is true. If true, then false. This is our only false possibility. This one is true, and this one is true. Okay, so I've done this part. Now let's AND these together. So I'm looking at this column and this first column, and it's AND. So if they're both true, it is true. And if there are any other mixture, it is false. Okay, so now I have everything inside this bracket. Now I'm ready to do that last conditional. Okay, so I'm doing if this, then this. So make sure you have the order correct. This is your first statement. This is your second one. So if true, then true is true. If false, then false. With a conditional, if your first statement is false, it's going to be true. Here my first statement is false, so this is true. If false, then false, that one is also true. So we, at the final column of our truth table, we have truths all the way down. So this one is a tautology. Okay. Let's try this one. I do have some negations in here, so I'm going to take care of those first. Not P. Not Q is false, true, false, true. Okay, so I have, now I'm going to start working for this part. I have if P, then Q. This is our general conditional. So this one is true, this one is false, true, and true. Now I'm ready for this part. I have if P, then Q, and not P. So I'm going to AND this column with this column. And with AND, they both need to be true in order to be true. So this one is false, and false, true, and true. Now finally, I am able to do this conditional. So what I need to do is, this is my first statement here. Not Q is our second statement. And if our first statement is false, the overall thing is true. So that one is also going to be true. Now I need to double check these. If true, then false. That one is false. If true, then true. That one is true. So since this is a mixture of true and false in our final column, this would be neither. It is not a tautology because it's not always true. It is not a self-contradiction because it's not always false. I have some sort of mix, so it's neither. Okay. Last one. I again need the negations, so I'm going to do those, not P. False, false, true, true. I need a not Q. False, true, false, true. Okay, now I'm going to do each of these parentheses. So I need P or Q. These two columns with or, as long as there's a true, your answer is true. So true, 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 and false. Okay, now this part, not P and not Q. So not P and not Q, are these two. And with and, they both need to be true in order to be true. So this one is false, 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 and true. Now we're finally ready to do this piece. Which we're going to and these two columns, and if they're both true, our answer is true. So nope, this one's false, false, and false. All of these are false. That means this one is a self-contradiction. Okay, the next video will be the alternate way of doing a truth table.